This is a flying sequence from the film Dr. Strangelove. The airplane from which these pictures were taken was piloted by one of these three men. What is your name, please?
My name is John Krutzen.
My name is John Krutzen.
My name is John Krutzen.
Only one of these men is the real John Krutzen. The other two are imposters and will try to fool this panel. Tom Poston, Betty White, Orson Bean, and Kitty Carlisle. On to Tell the Truth with your host, Bud Collier.
Thank you very much. Welcome once again to Tell the Truth, brought to you this week by Winston Filter Cigarettes. Good evening, panel.
Good evening.
How's everybody? Betty, welcome back.
Nice to be
We
back.
missed you. Haven't been with us in a while.
I know. Thank
Now, please open that envelope, if you will, in front of you. Take out this first card and follow along as I read. I, John Krutzen, am founder and managing director of Film Aviation Services, a company that supplies motion pictures with authentic flying sequences, including period aircraft and the pilots who fly them. I do much of the flying myself. For the film Lawrence of Arabia, I flew the German Rumpler, which attacked the Arab forces. In The Inn of the Sixth Happiness, I flew as a Japanese bomber pilot. And for Tom Jones, I flew the helicopter from which the famous fox hunt scene was filmed. I have flown some 50 kinds of aircraft in about 70 feature films. I have flown through a billboard, under bridges, and have purposely crashed about a dozen airplanes. I am often referred to as the most highly paid airplane pilot in the world. Signed, John Krutzen. So, panel, we start you off this week with these three gentlemen all claiming to be John Krutzen, daredevil pilot for motion pictures. Let's start this first line of questioning with Tom Poston. Tom?
Oh, thank you, Bud. Number two, what happens in a plane when you firewall everything?
When you firewall everything?
Yeah.
Well, you shut off all power and fuel, everything, so nothing leaks, so we can't have any danger of fire.
Yeah, but when you're, thank you. Number three, when you're actually flying and you say, I'm going to firewall it, then what'll you be doing?
You'll be taking action against fire on the engine.
Well, okay. Number one, who photographed you in that sequence?
Which sequence?
That we just saw. I mean, we saw you flying that airplane, but there had to be a camera taking a picture of you. Who photographed that?
Well, the bits of the sequence I saw taken wasn't a photograph of the aircraft I was in.
You were photographing the aircraft ahead of you?
I wasn't photographing it, but I was in an aircraft that took the photographs, and that the aircraft you saw there was a model, in fact.
Oh, I see.
Betty.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bud. Number two, what is a pitot tube?
A pitot tube?
Mm-hmm. It's all right, really.
Oh, just offhand, I can't remember.
Number three, do you know?
It's a device for measuring airspeed.
Do you agree with that, number one?
Well, it should measure airspeed, but it's some... yes, I do.
Number three, what is the oldest aircraft you've ever flown?
It'll be about 20 years old.
What was it?
A Tiger Moth.
Number one, if you were to do a tight chandelle to the right, what would you do? What kind of maneuver would you do?
A tight chandelle to the right. I really wouldn't know.
Would you know number three?
No, I'm not. No, I don't think I would. No.
Orson Bean.
Number three, the film from which we just saw, the little sequence, the title alone is longer than Ben-Hur. What is that title?
Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb.
Right. Number one, I saw the picture, and I remember that before the name of the picture came on, there was a long sequence with airplanes, two airplanes meeting and going on. It looked like a mating season in the El Yunco rainforest. It was an extraordinary sequence. How was that done, where the two airplanes met in midair?
Well, I didn't see the picture.
Oh, you didn't? Did you fly either of the planes or photograph them, or?
Not in...
Nothing?
No, but the the refueling process that you mentioned
Yes.
was the only part of that flying sequences that I didn't do.
Oh, I see. Ooh.
Kitty Carlisle.
Number 2, what is a tight chandelle to the right?
I have no idea. It must be an
Well, I
American
heard
term.
about it. I heard you. One of you was supposed to be a flyer, Betty. They never went with an Air Force man.
I can tell you what it is if you want to know.
Well, I'd like to ask a couple of questions. Number 3, what were those wastes that you went over in Dr. Strangelove when you were flying that plane?
Well, that was up in the northeast territories of Canada.
Number 1, who was photographing you when you were being photographed? You don't know. Oh, that's right. That's the question
I
you
do
don't.
know. I know exactly. But in fact, as I told you, I was in a B-17,
Yes.
and all the photographs were of a B-52, and the
Thank you.
B-52 was a model.
Yeah. No.
Well, you've been flown out of the question time, I guess, but there is still time for you to mark your ballots, so make a safe landing, if you will, on your ballots, and mark them at once without change. No consultation permitted, of course, as usual. Simply mark them and vote for number 1, number 2, or number 3. Our team of challengers will receive $250 for every incorrect vote. All ballots marked?
No.
Not yet. All right, now they are. And so, Tom, for whom did you vote?
Well, I had to vote for number 1. In spite of the fact that he couldn't describe a chandelle, which I find hard to believe in a flyer, but number 3, he said that he had, oldest plane he'd ever flown was 20 years old. That would only take him up to 1944, and I'm sure he must have flown older planes than that.
Betty White.
Well, on the strength of it, I voted for number 1. I should have voted on the strength of the mustache for number 2. Number 1 didn't, well, nobody really answered the questions that I thought that they would all be able to answer, but number 1's SNOTUS was so much information that he confused me enough to think he must be the one.
All right, Orson, which one do you think it is?
Well, I don't have a clue. Number 3, I didn't even hear number 3. I was so busy thinking over here, say, about the 1944 plane, and if he flew the old German Rumpler, which is an old plane. I remember old man Rumpler himself when he put it together. I voted for him anyway, number 3.
Okay. Kitty, which one is your choice?
I voted for number 3. Number 1 looks like a daredevil, but number 3 looks like the kind of a man who could do all of those things and still come out alive. I'm not very expert on planes, and I forgot to ask what bottom rudder is, so...
They all knew by now, don't worry.
Maybe it's just as well. In any event, there we have it. With all the reasons given and the voting recorded, let's find out now who's right and who's wrong by learning which one of these gentlemen actually is the daredevil pilot for motion pictures. So will the real John Krutzen please stand up? Well done to Kitty and Orson. Well done. Well, number 1, what is your real name and what do you really do?
My name is Peter Aldrich, and I work for the international editions of Time and Life.
Thank you, sir. And number 2, what is your real name and what do you do, sir?
My name is Bobby Harriet, and I'm with the North American Air Defense Command.
But you are not a pilot, are you?
No, I've never flown a plane in my life. I'm the assistant band leader and trumpet soloist with the NORAD Cavalcade of Music.
Yes, Tom, you have a question?
Just a little linear question for number 3. How old was the Rumpler that you flew?
It wasn't. It was a tiger moth which we reconstructed.
You made it look
And
like-
how old was it?
Well, I guess you go back to about 32, so you're right. It's 30 years, not 20 years.
Okay.
Well, that made all the difference in my answer.
Well, in checking the score, we find that there were 2 incorrect votes, gentlemen. Those are the ones you are most interested in, and that gives you a $250 each, a total of $500 from Winston Cigarettes, as well as a carton of Winston's on your way out, and our sincere thanks to you. Only hope you had as much fun as you brought to us. Good night, and God bless you. Very well, panel, rest easy now, and let's all look at this brief film. Present our next team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Olga Marshall. My name is Olga Marshall. My name is Olga Marshall.
Panel, will you please follow along with your copies of this story as I read from mine? I, Olga Marshall, am Commissioner of the Central America Panama Pavilion at the New York World's Fair. I am also Consul General from the Republic of Costa Rica. The unusual thing about all this is that I am not, and never have been, a citizen of Costa Rica or any other Central American country. Signed, Olga Marshall. Panel, these three young ladies all claim to be Olga Marshall, Consul General from Costa Rica. We'll start this cross-examination with Betty White. Betty?
Thank you, Bud. Number one, you don't look like a general, a consul general. Number one, how many countries are there in in Central America? I mean, classed as Central American countries?
5 republics.
5 republics. Number two, what is the capital of El Salvador?
San Salvador.
Number three, what is the capital of Nicaragua?
Managua.
Oh, you've all done your homework. Number one, where will the Central America Panama Pavilion be located in the World's Fair?
At the Avenue of the Americas.
And thank you very much.
Orson Bean.
Yes, Miss Marshall, number 2. Olga Marshall doesn't sound like a Latin name. I know that in Chile, for instance, there is people named like Consuelo O'Toole and things like that. Well, how do you come off being named? It's true. One of the big. Why are you named Marshall?
It's an English name.
And
my husband's parents came from England.
Oh, I see. But you are a citizen of Costa Rica. Where is Costa Rica exactly?
I'm not a citizen of Costa Rica.
You're not. You are the Consul General from the Republic of Costa Rica.
It's quite clear that she is not a citizen.
It's clear, but I didn't read the thing, you see. I was busy looking at the three Miss Marshalls. Tell her, in your own words, tell me, well, you've said enough. Number 3, why? Oh, it's too late. Sorry. Tune in next week, friends. Oh. Kitty Carlisle.
Well, it is complicated because Mrs. Marshall is the commissioner of the Central American Panama Pavilion at the World's Fair. Now, number one, what nationality are you?
U.S. citizen.
Ah, how do you get to be a consul general from Costa Rica, number 2, if you're a U.S. citizen?
My husband is in politics in Costa Rica.
I see. Number 3, when you come from Costa Rica, what passport do you use?
I'm not from Costa Rica.
Well, don't you go there any time to find out what's going on in the country you represent?
I am a Brazilian citizen.
Ah, number 1, is there a Brazilian lady in the Consul General?
Tom Poston.
Oh, thank you, Bud. Number 3, you are a citizen of Brazil? Number 3? You always were, in other words.
Yes.
Is your husband's name Marshall?
Yes.
Is he in politics in Costa Rica?
He's connected with politicians in Costa Rica.
And how does that lead to your becoming the Consul General from that republic?
I was appointed by the president.
Through no connection with your husband?
Because of his connection.
Because of his connections. I see. Thank you.
And that's all the time we have, I'm sorry to say, because it could be very interesting, and the looks on your faces make it worthwhile. I wish we had more time, but we don't. So please mark your ballots at once, without change, and, of course, no consultation. Just simply vote for number 1, or for number 2, or for number 3. All balloting completed? Very well. Tom, for whom did you vote this time?
I voted simply as I could, Bud. With my own head, I voted for number 3. I thought she was just puzzled enough to have been living under this cloud for the last so I voted for number 3.
Betty White.
Well, on the strength of the answers that Orson got from his questions, I voted for number 1 for the simple reason I'm trying to think if they cast somebody to be the Consul General, they would try to pick somebody who would look the part as well. I think it's number 1.
All right. Orson, what about your choice?
I'm still trying to figure out what she got from the strength of my questions. Well, I voted for number 1. She looks like she has a kind of a patrician grandeur that if I were, if I were Juan Valdez or somebody, I would vote for her to be my whatever it is.
And Kitty.
I voted for number 1. I'm totally confused between Panama, Brazil, and Costa Rica. But I agree with Orson. I think number 1 looks the part.
Very well, that makes it 3 for number 1, 1 for number 3. And with that, we move into our charm circle of truth to find out at once, conclusively for all time, which is which one of these ladies actually is the Consul General from Costa Rica. So will the real Olga Marshall please stand up. By the way, New York City, I believe, will observe Pan America Week from April 12th through the 19th, if I'm not mistaken. Miss Marshall, just exactly what is Pan American Week?
It's a week dedicated to honor the Latin American countries.
There will be special observances at
That
that
is
time.
correct.
I see. Well, now, number 2, what is your real name and what do you really do?
My name is Mariam Baumann, and I'm a housewife in New York.
And number 3, what is your real name and what do you do, please?
My name is Yoni Schaefer, and I'm Bill Todman's secretary of Krutzen Todman.
Well, ladies, there was one incorrect vote. You'll have to satisfy yourself with that, I guess, but that still is a good fooling because they were really keen on that spot. That makes $250 coming your way from Winston Cigarettes and a carton of Winston's on your way out. Our sincere thanks to you, ladies, for joining us. Good night, and God bless you. We'll put the panel back to work in just a moment. Meantime, here's something you'll enjoy. So, panel, let's proceed to our third team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Alexander Smith.
My name is Alexander Smith.
My name is Alexander Smith.
Once more, I ask you to follow along with your copies of the story, if you will, panel. I, Alexander Smith, am a mycologist, an expert on mushrooms, toadstools, and other fungi, whatever it's pronounced. My book, The Mushroom Hunter's Field Guide, is the foremost handbook on the subject. It not only tells when, where, and how to find edible mushrooms, but also gives specific advice on how you can avoid the poisonous ones. There are, however, quite a few species that are poisonous to some people and perfectly safe and edible for others. There is really only one surefire method to determine whether or not a mushroom or toadstool is poisonous to you. Eat some and see. Signed, Alexander Smith. Very well, these three gentlemen have all claimed to be Alexander Smith, mushroom experts, and we'll start this questioning with Orson Bean. Orson?
Mr. Smith, number 3, when did you decide, at what age did you decide to spend your life among the fungi?
Well, I tell you, sir, it was back during my college days.
Oh, well, a lot of us do funny things then. Number 1, Mr. Smith, number 1. I've heard about some fine mushrooms down in Mexico that if you eat them, you see all kind of great things, and you're really zonked out for about 2 days. And I've never been able to figure out a way to get a hold of any. Can you tell me how?
Well, they're available in certain areas, yes.
In Mexico. What do they do exactly to you?
They're hallucinatory.
Hallucinatory. And you have fine dreams and all that good stuff.
You can't say the word anymore. Kitty.
Number 2, what are these mushrooms called, these hallucinatory mushrooms?
You mean
The Mexican ones, yeah.
Tiananacatl.
What?
Number 1, what are they called?
Psilocybe.
Number 3, what are they called?
A psilocybe.
What's mescaline, number 3?
I beg your pardon?
What is mescaline?
Oh, that's a Mexican drug derivative.
Number 2, do you know that Robert Graves is interested in this sort of thing and wrote about it in a book? Do you know what book it was?
No, I don't.
Do you, number 1?
No, I don't.
Number 2, why is it that some people are affected by some mushrooms and others aren't?
This we'd like to know.
You don't know?
No.
So you want us all to try and find out? Number 3, what are truffles?
Truffles are Tom Poston. Tom?
Yeah. Tell the truffle. Number 2, how poisonous are poisonous fungi in the mushroom toadstool family?
Oh, there are varying degrees of poisonousness.
Well, what would be a severe poison?
Fatal.
Fatal?
Yeah.
Boy, that'd really hurt you, wouldn't it? Number 1, how long does it take an average mushroom to grow?
Anywhere from several hours to 5, 6 days or a month, some of the larger ones.
It can take several, you can grow them in several hours, though, huh?
Yes.
How about those that you grow in the basement, number 3?
In the basement? How long? About 5 to 6 weeks.
And what's the name of those, number 3?
Betty White.
Basement mushrooms. Number one, how many kinds of mushrooms and toadstools total about are there?
No one really knows. There are estimates as high as 200,000.
Wow.
Number two, of all this vast total, about how many kinds are edible?
Oh, probably 80%.
80%? Thank you. Number three, the white things that just kind of grow up overnight and they grow in little clusters are what?
Are you speaking of puffballs?
I haven't the remotest, foggiest notion. I think that's what I'm speaking of.
Well, that's all the time we have. We have to stop right there and let them grow overnight. Simply mark your ballots, if you will, please. Mark them at once. No change, of course. No consultation. Vote for number 1, number 2, or number 3.
Oh.
All ballots marked?
I don't see how we can tell from this.
1 to go. And there we have it. All right, Tom, for whom did you vote?
I voted for number 2. I guess that's my right. I thought they was kind of tough. They were all great, as they usually are.
Kitty. Oh, not Kitty, jumping all the way down the line there. Betty.
Sam, all righty. I voted for number 1. 1 and 3 stayed together on the one word. We got a little double talk, I think, out of number 2. Tea and Soppenvettel, whatever he said was not. But I think there are something like 200,000 varieties.
Orson.
Well, number 2 said that the mushrooms are called Tianonacide or something, and then number 1 disagreed with him. And I reasoned that if it had been number 2, then number 1, being a liar, would have gone along with number 2 to sound real, and then number 3 wouldn't have disagreed with him either.
That's not the way they do it.
And then number 3 accused Betty White of thinking about puffballs, and that isn't true, so I voted for number 1.
I understand your vote. Would you mind repeating your reason? I dare you. Kitty.
I voted for number 2. I thought they were all extraordinary. Number 1 certainly looks like a scientist and sounded very real, but I think it's number 2.
Very well. There we have an evenly split vote. 2 for number 1, 2 for number 2, as we go into the charmed circle of truth and learn now how right or wrong we can be, as we learn which of these gentlemen actually is the real mushroom expert. So will the real Dr. Alexander Smith please stand up? Thank you, sir. What's the matter, Betty?
Oh, not a thing. No, I'm a good loser.
As a matter of fact, just for the record, Dr. Smith is professor of botany and director of the herbarium at the University of Michigan. That's his background. Number 1, what is your real name, sir, and what do you really do?
My name is Paul Bacon, and I'm a designer and illustrator.
And that brings us down the line to number 3. What is your real name, sir, and what do you do?
My name is Alton Schlegel. I'm a copy editor at the New York Daily News.
Dr. Smith, since I heard so many different pronunciations of the plural of fungus just today, as a matter of fact, in your line of work, how do you refer to the word F-U-N-G-I? How do you pronounce it?
Fungi.
Fungi. Well, there you are. Now we know.
Glad to hear it.
For all future time, we know.
And Tianonacotl and psilocybe are one and the same thing.
Of course they are.
Oh, I had forgotten
we knew that, didn't we?
I forgot it for a minute. I don't know how it
Sure, wasn't there a play? There was a play on Broadway called Tea and Falafadl, wasn't there?
Yeah, and now, exactly. And now the baseball players hit funjos from
Yeah, that's right, yes. All righty, now, in checking the score, gentlemen, we find there were 2 incorrect votes, and that's good with this panel, believe me. That were 2 times $250 is $500 from Winston Cigarettes and a gift package, a carton of Winston's, and we thank you for joining us. Goodbye. Hope you had fun. God bless you. Well, that's all we have time for now, except to bring to the class's attention that our star pupil this evening is Kitty. She got them all right.
I've been working with her.
I've been working with her outside. Well, I thank you all very much for being your sweet selves. Good night and bless you. Thank you all, too, for being with us, and we'll see you next week at the same time as this time tonight. And, of course, join us tomorrow on the afternoon show, if you will, please. In the meantime, may I say good night on behalf of Winston Cigarettes and remind you once again to tell the truth. Good night, everybody.
To Tell the Truth is a Mark Goodson, Bill Thompson production.
This is Andy Griffith reminding you that there'll be new excitement in the town of Mayberry tonight on most of these stations.
Tell the Truth has been brought to you by Winston Filter Cigarettes. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. This is Johnny Olson speaking. For To Tell the Truth, this program was recorded.